Hey guys, I've got a question for you. So I was listening to Shaq Married Annoyed, episode 158.
Oh, right? The Chris Ramsey podcast.
Yeah, Chris Ramsey, Chris and Rosie Ramsey.
Yeah.
They've just won a comedy award as well, so well done to them guys.
Oh, wow.
Podcasting comedy award. Anyway, so it was just a bit of idle chat that them guys were having, and Chris ended up having to explain to Rosie about having a wee, and sometimes the guys doing the comedy trousers round the ankles, t-shirt pulled up at the urinals thing. Yeah. Anyway, so there was one thing he mentioned. It was a little bit off the cuff, but I wanted to discuss it with you. So he was talking about, like, you know, because Rosie said, "Well, don't you just pop your willy out of the zip?" He's like, "Oh, dangerous." Fair point. It's pretty dangerous. But his point was that he was explaining different ways, but then he said, like, you know, undoing the top, pulling your pants down, and then he said he goes balls out, so he gets his balls out as well while he's having a wee. And I'm like, do other guys do this? Because I don't.
You know what, now you just said that, I'm literally sat here thinking, do I get my balls out when I
That's literally what I'm doing as well.
Do I do that?
Or do you use the willy maze? You know, it's like some boxers have a willy maze, don't they?
Yeah, I don't use the willy maze. And I can't believe I'm referring to that as now the willy maze.
It is what it is. It's the willy maze, isn't it?
Well, some have just buttons, so you can literally just kind of weem it through. Like, I have pajamas that do that. It's great.
Oh, that's cute.
It's just a little button that just go pops out.
I think I do. I think I don't use the willy maze.
Nah.
I just go fully like just. Yeah, I think I can get the old meat and two veg out.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think so.
No,
you're making me question everything now.
I think I think I'm actually a little dangerous with mine, because I think it depends where I am. If I'm at home, then it's like, okay, belt, button, zip, probably just get that out. But I don't think I get the balls out. If I'm in public, I think I actually just literally zip, quick, sort it out, and then on the way.
Yeah, I think in public I'm a bit more discreet, but at home I think it's fair game.
I mean, at work, I imagine we're all candidates to this, but I think we can safely say we easily do a sit-down wee 2 or 3 times a night at work.
Oh, I do a sit-down wee all the time at home, but that's because of my piercing. If I don't do a sit-down wee, then I get 2 streams. Connor's face suddenly tweaked. Dan has a piercing.
I just learned something new today, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. So sometimes I have to do a sit down wee. Otherwise, I get like one main stream going in the toilet, and then you get this little thin stream of piss just going on the wall.
So when you pee with a boat, that is impossible to aim with one of those. You got to like either sit down, or you kind of need to like lean into it. Just aim down.
Yeah, I just wait a bit.
just think of anything else.
Margaret Thatcher in a bikini.
Beige.
Anything
dull.
The colour beige is enough to
put
you off.
Think about bugs. Sometimes you got to go, man.
Hello and welcome to Pure Raw Souls, a comedy podcast where we talk about ridiculous news stories, crazy hypothetical situations, the annoyances of everyday life, and everything in between.
Hi guys, I'm Tom, and I know the true identity of Banksy.
I'm Connor, and I was the inspiration behind Baby Yoda.
My name's Dan, and I touched a slug the other day and vomited in my back garden. I have an irrational hatred of slugs.
I'm not sure what I'm more impressed about.
Do you know slugs are just snails that sold their home for drug money?
It looks like it.
They're just the snail.
They're just disgusting little bastards. That's what they are. They can fuck off. Them out of probably anything in the... I reckon they are probably the thing that can fuck off the most in the world, as far as I'm personally concerned. Yeah.
Looks.
Or we need more bods to come down and eat them.
Well, buds.
Yeah. I feel like you have
birds,
more butts.
Sorry.
Mob butts. Need mob
I feel like
butts.
if you have more birds, that just ties nicely back into more high risk of getting shat on by a bot.
Swings and roundabouts, innit?
Yeah, literally, you solve one problem and then you get another.
Yeah,
it's like you got a load of snakes, so you get a load of mongoose to kill the snakes, but then you're gonna have a shitload of mongoose left.
What's the?
What the
is it? Mongooses? Mongai?
I feel like mongoose.
Mongoose. Yeah.
I have no clue. I was actually looking at the plural for mongoose, and it's actually mongooses.
Oh, mongooses.
Oh, that's a bit disappointing.
I don't have one mongoose. I have two mongooses.
I say we move to call the plural of mongooses monkeys.
Monkeys.
Because it's quicker and it sounds funnier.
Mongy.
Yeah, that's a lot of mongy.
I like that.
So far we've come up with the national bongo and mongy. We sound fucking nuts. We actually sound mental. But that's why you guys keep coming back. That's what you want to hear. That's what you want.
Just the good stuff.
Not even my computer.
Oh.
Makes it worse.
Stolen computer and it's shit. Steal honestly, a good one next time.
When I can afford to do it, I want to get an actual PC. Like an actual PC.
And build it in a sexual way like Henry Cavill.
I don't think anyone's going to have that kind of energy, but I'm not going to lie. I can appreciate what he did, because I think me and Tom had this conversation before. It's
caked up as well, isn't he? That's how come he can have a shit hot computer and be into Warcraft, Warhammer even.
He's a good looking guy.
Literally is like I know. He's like literally. He is like the Jesus of the nerds.
Yeah, he's like really good looking, fucking caked up with money.
Mega rare.
Yeah, well educated.
Jacked up as well.
Absolute.
You can't have that just like jealous.
He's got to have a tiny penis or something. It's got to make the rest of us feel good. Got to have something wrong with it.
That's the thing. I bet it isn't though.
Winging an absolute hammer.
Yeah.
He might actually be like the whole package.
You want his whole package.
Yeah. Not even gonna dispute that.
Tom, how do you feel about the saying tomfoolery? Do you feel personal? Do you feel it's like a personal thing?
No, I feel it's not something that you hear quite often. So I think it's like a bit of a feather in the cap. Like, there was some guy before me. It's obviously like a court jester or something like that called Tom. And I was like, yeah, that's probably where they came from. Tomfoolery.
Proud of the tomfoolery. Fair play.
Really.
Here's one for you.
Like tombola.
Who decided when something is like moderately? It's not like warm. Well, it's not cold, but it's also like a little bit warm. Why is it Luke? Like, who is Luke? Why is it lukewarm?
I thought you were going to get tepid then for a minute.
I tend to go with tepid myself.
Yeah, tepid.
As a word, rather than lukewarm.
I'm not as educated, so
yeah, the whole
I just associate.
Like a guy called Scott got captured, then he went away scot-free. Yeah. Loads of names connected to things, and like, who the fuck is Scott?
That's what I mean. Like, who decides this?
Caveman.
You know who would know? Susie Dent.
She would.
She would know. Susie Dent would know. She knows everything about words, I think.
Susie, if you are listening to this right now, if you could hit us up on the socials.
Do you follow her on Twitter?
No. I don't do actually. Do I? I might have just.
Comes up with words of the day and what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Recently, that's where fucking brain fucked myself. She's been fucking taking digs at the Conservative Party. The word of the day is blah blah blah. That means like just to babble on without actually having any meaning and all this kind of thing. It's like, yes, Susie.
Oh yeah.
Fucking slide digs and stories. Love it. God,
well,
Susie.
Susie. Nice.
you reckon Rachel Riley's like slightly on the spectrum to be that crazy good at maths?
You see, I don't know. I mean, some people are they just have a knack for shit like that. I mean, do you reckon Hawking was just like, I am going to practically invent space?
Yeah, but all that clever he had took it out on his body, didn't it?
That was a sacrifice, wasn't it?
that was it. Just like you've got, just like literally all brain and literally fuck all brawn.
You know, life's like being like a character in a role play game, isn't it? You know, you've only got 10 points that you can use, and you've got to distribute them and decide where they go. And he just stuck like all 10 of his into being smart, and then forgot to put anything into like physical ability.
Probably 9 points in smart, and then 1 point in just hand coordination. Hype.
Back to Henry Cavill again. He's just maxed out every single stat bar.
Yeah, Henry Cavill's just like, yeah, fuck your stats. I'm going to take everything.
Dude's got like dev cheat codes or something.
Yeah.
Someone modded him. That's what it is. Someone modded Henry Cavill.
Modded him.
God mode. Yeah.
I watched you know when Man of Steel came out, like, what was it, 2015? Something like that?
Round about then.
He was on Graham Norton with Russell Crowe, and he was saying how when he was in secondary school, he actually met Russell Crowe when he was a kid, and apparently he used to be called Fat Cavill because he used to be fat.
And then he hit puberty.
So, you know, yeah, literally puberty hit him like a fucking megaton.
There's still no hope for us lot, though.
No. If I woke up tomorrow, if I even had an inkling of Cavill, I'd think I'd be happy. I don't know.
You've got more chance waking up with Cavill than as Cavill.
I'm okay with that still.
I'd be okay with that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, 20 quid's 20 quid.
Should try and get Cavill on this podcast. Just nerd out.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Our first interview, Henry Cavill. Boom.
That'd be a coup.
So
what we need to do is just pay Rob Brydon to just come on and do loads of different voices for us, and then pretend that we've...
God, yeah.
That's the way to do it. An impressionist, and just get them to answer.
I don't know who I'd be more excited for, Rob Brydon or Henry Cavill. Oh my God, let's get a boat. So it is the 24th of March. We are recording this in 2022, episode 4. Further on down the line, if we can get to like episode 69, if we can get Henry Cavill and Rob Brydon on here, that I'm predicting that now. Just
plucked out 69 on your head, yeah.
Yeah, just picked out
100%.
We'll be closer to 420.
I'm cool with that. Either way.
The most homoerotic stuff about Henry Cavill.
Guarantee we're not the first, and we won't be the last.
Well, for 3 heterosexual guys who are all like, yep, I would. It's pretty good going. He's got some power, that lad.
That's a compliment to Henry Cavill, isn't it, really?
Yeah. That he could turn us. I mean, I believe he's heterosexual himself. So, you know.
20 quid's 20 quid.
Exactly.
There you go. It is fine.
Is he married? Does he have a partner?
I am looking that up now.
Of course you are.
Henry Cavill fan fiction. I wasn't supposed to say that. Well, he was with a lady called Natalie Viscuso back in 2021.
Last year, a couple of months ago. Tell you who else could turn me. Jason Momoa.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good looking guy as well.
He's a handsome boy.
Yes. Aquaman was definitely a wet experience at the cinema.
More than one. Imagine the wet floor signs after that. Jesus.
You know, mate. It's like that scene from The Shining, you know, where all the blood comes flooding through the lifts. That was them opening the doors at the cinema.
Gushing everywhere.
He's in the latest remake of June. But my only dispute with it is he doesn't have a beard. He is clean shaven.
Who, Momoa?
Momoa.
Okay, damn.
And well, it was weird because he came in, had a beard. The next scene didn't have a beard, and instantly I was just like, "Who the fuck's that?"
Did you lose your boner?
Yeah, I did go a little soft. I will be honest. I think me and Neve both went a little soft after that. It was a real shame, really.
Like thumbing in a marshmallow.
Just literally just.
I would do anything for cash.
I'll do literally anything.
Anyone?
Yeah. Let's not go mad. Yeah, I'll do Cavill. 100% do Cavill for cash.
You would be paying him cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to spend money to make money, boys.
Doing the doing.
Yeah. You'd be getting done with that big manly hammer of his.
Dude, Henry Cavill OnlyFans. There you go, pays for itself.
Make a fortune off of that.
Dude.
Seeing you get brutalised by Cavill.
As long as they're getting paid for it, I don't give a shit.
Frying and stamping your little feet.
What makes you think I'm going to be not enjoying it?
I think we established that Cavill is packing.
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he'll want to swap every now and then. Maybe he doesn't want to be the giver all the time. No,
he's the postman. You're the letterbox.
But he also strikes me as the kind of guy that will cuddle you afterwards. And
yeah. Like, you feel safe.
Ahead.
You feel warm. It's just like, thank you.
Fetch you a nice pack. Some tissues.
Throw you a towel. Clean yourself up.
They throw you a towel before you cough.
That's it. While he wipes his dick on your curtains and then leaves.
That's his thing. He seems perfect, but he's a dick wiper.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with him. He wipes his dick on the curtains.
Yeah.
It's not a thing you can stop. It's a compulsion.
Yeah.
David Blaine did it to him, didn't he? David Blaine hypnotized him to make that his thing. Like, because he's too perfect and David Blaine couldn't handle it. And so he hypnotized him that every time you're at someone's house, you just go and wipe your dick on their curtains. No matter where you are.
Yeah. The thing is, you don't wash them either because it's Henry Cavill and you want something to remember him by.
They're probably worth a fortune now.
Put a bit of Miracle Grow on it or something. See if you can grow some like mini ones.
Yeah. Mini Cavills.
Clone him.
Okay, cavalry.
Hey!
I fucking hate you.
But
So, just to recap from last week, if you didn't catch that episode, we discussed about Scandinavian kids shoving snus up their asses.
And foreskin.
And foreskin, yeah. So if it's managed to top that this week, I will be fucking amazed. So, let's move over to the next installment of The News at Tom.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure this will top that, but we'll get straight into it anyway because it's still a doozy.
Go on.
So this story comes courtesy of The Independent, and the headline reads, "Woman accused of decapitating man during sex while high on crystal meth."
Did you fall asleep watching Breaking Bad again?
It's a mixture between Dexter and Breaking Bad.
Is she like praying mantis or something?
It doesn't confirm nor deny, so...
All right, okay.
Jury's out on that one.
Secret mantis people. Where was this story from? Like, isn't this surely not in the UK?
No, this is America.
Of course it was America.
Florida?
I was thinking Florida.
No,
Wisconsin.
not Florida. Oh, Wisconsin. It's fucking cold up there, I think. Right. It's quite northern, I think. It's quite chilly, I reckon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not familiar with the geography of America.
Oh, we could ask our handful of American listeners, is it cold as a witch's tit in Wisconsin? Answers on a postcard.
We start getting fan mail from America now.
So Wisconsin is in between Iowa, Chicago, and I believe Minnesota.
Chilly as fuck then.
It is north. It is like right on the border of Canada as well. So they're going to get a lot of snow.
Okay, damn.
Frosty.
Yeah. Frosty.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean, that still doesn't explain why she decapitated him while having some bouncy fun.
True.
On crystal meth.
On crystal meth.
I mean, that explains a lot more.
It does.
You know.
Do explain how this whole event transpired, because I'm curious.
So a 24-year-old woman from Wisconsin, USA, who goes by the name of Taylor, has appeared in court accused of killing and mutilating a man during sex while high on crystal meth. Taylor allegedly strangled the 25-year-old man from Green Bay, Wisconsin, then went on to dismember his body.
Okay, so I was picturing like actually decapitating him while on the job.
Yeah.
Rather than later on.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Disposal method.
Yeah, before, during, or after, because either way, that's still very muffed up.
Before would be interesting, wouldn't it? She'd have to get like a lolly stick and a bandage.
Just like pry it up.
Well, here's a juicy part, right? She told police she put his head and penis in a bucket, according to a criminal complaint cited by Wisconsin Bay or W Bay.
Now, when she says bucket,
I imagine just like a garden bucket,
like a pail, as opposed
for
to
any listeners not from the UK, bucket can be used to describe someone's vagina. So that's why I asked the question.
It's a fair question because she put his head and penis in there.
That's what I mean. So it's just like
it's just organisation, isn't it? Just put two heads in that bucket, two hands in that bucket.
I mean, as guys, I'm sure we've all had thoughts about sucking your own dick, but to have someone else like take your head off and your penis and put them in a bucket gives a whole new meaning to giving yourself head, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
From the sounds of it, he didn't really have a choice in the matter, so...
No, I mean, he was suffocated.
He was dead?
Yeah.
He was fucking dead, bro.
Strangled. Apologies. She was charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and third-degree sexual assault at Brown County Court hearing, where she appeared via a video link.
You know, we've really set the tone, like from last week. It's just like, yeah, people putting snus in their hole to, yeah, this dude's fucking dead. Makes you think.
She even told police officers they were going to have fun trying to find all of the organs.
Nice.
It's just like a really shitty scavenger hunt.
However, she reportedly told investigators that she did not mean to kill the man.
Fair play. It's all right then, isn't it?
Could you imagine the CSI guy going around just being like, just searching there and just go, I found a ball.
I imagine, they get high on crystal meth. She's used like this strangling to get a bit frisky, a bit kinky, bit of a fetish going on, and a bit too hard. Now he's dead. Soz. Didn't mean to do it. Not bad.
Best hard fucking body.
But it does beg the question, like, if he died during, like, she strangled him and died during, was he generally like fucking a wooden board anyway? Like, no interaction, no expression.
I don't know.
No, just like, was he not that into it? For her to not notice that he was maybe passed out and probably dying.
Well, they were both high off the tits, so either he had no idea, vice versa, or they just thought, yeah, choke me, and then some people just take it a tad too far.
This is true.
So, yeah.
Would you still have a hard on if you're dead? Because there's going to be no blood going to there, is there?
Ah, maybe that's when she noticed.
Oh, it feels a bit soft down there.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on? Are you okay? Oh, yeah.
Slapping it. Wake up!
Wonder if he'd had a tactical wank.
He just wanted to last a bit longer, didn't he?
The thing that kind of gets me is the fact that, I don't know, meth just seems like a real, very, very extreme way to go in terms of like drug and fuck wise. So,
in meth's defense, I have not experienced meth, but in this instance, the meth did not kill him.
That's very true.
He didn't die of a drug overdose. There we go.
Yeah.
I imagine it's something they've experimented with before.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
And thought, you know what, this is actually a better experience. Let's keep doing it this way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Jolly good fun.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm not speaking from personal experiences.
Likewise.
Don't do drugs, kid.
So you're being awfully quiet about this, Dan, aren't you?
No comment.
Good answer. According to the complaint, Taylor said she blacked out during part of it, but just went a bit crazy and started strangling the victim. She allegedly then cut up his body and put the remains in the basement and in a minivan. So she apparently was blacked out, unaware of what she was doing. So she decided to cut him up and spread his body parts about. Like, yeet some down in a basement, and put these in a minivan and take them to the seaside.
Always wonder in those situations, should they just, like, before dismembering and hiding the body, maybe fess up? Would it be better? Or is it a case of in for a penny, in for a pound? It's like, fucked it anyway, so might as well try and cover it up.
Yeah, I think once you're committed.
Yeah. Are they going to get me for being under the influence of crystal meth? Are they going to get me for sexual assault? Are they going to get me for manslaughter? Fuck it, might as well cut his head off.
Give it a go, I suppose.
More body parts to deal with, easy to hide.
Full Monty, innit? I mean, yeah, you probably, I'm not saying this as advice or gospel, but if it was me, hear me out, probably wouldn't go too far as to just hide body parts, just get rid of the one thing. Don't have to dig multiple holes, just dig one big hole.
Heavy though, and it's a large hole.
The Assistant District Attorney, Caleb Saunders, called the crime, quote, one of the most serious offences we've had in the county for some time. He goes on to say, I think the facts alleged are extremely concerning and disturbing and go to the violent nature and grave nature of the offence. Taylor is set to make her next court appearance in around 3 weeks' time, which I imagine is when they will decide what her sentence will be.
She's going away for a long time.
The disturbing bit that I take from that is that they said, that it's been a while since they've had something that disturbing. So this isn't the first occasion in Wisconsin where something as fucked up as this has happened.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I took from it.
It's just been a while since it last happened. Imagine being that traumatized that you kind of just shrug it off, saying, oh yeah, we've seen this kind of thing before. It's just been a while, nothing out of the ordinary or the unusual.
I think in some like major cities in America, yeah, that's probably more on the regular. But I think if it was some like really small town like the middle of fucking Wisconsin, they're just gonna be like, that's different.
Suppose it breaks the working week up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Got a guy for speeding last week, some minor thefts, then,
a mutilated and decapitated corpse.
Treasure hunt around a meth den. Yeah. Maybe it's like one of those, those mystery games where you've got the picture and then you've got all them tiny little things you've got to find. Do you think it's like that? Looking around, going, oh, pancreas.
Like a little Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
Just got
body parts.
It's been like, I am just missing a toe, and then I've got bingo.
Yeah. It's like
jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
Find the biscuit tin, which you go, is it going to be a sewing kit or is it going to be the lower intestine?
Oh, it's a kidney. Oh.
I'll tell you what, though, out of this whole thing, I do feel bad for their dealer. Because he didn't.
Yeah, he's lost 2.
He lost a couple of customers.
Lost 2 customers.
It's got to be good quality meth if they black out on it as well.
These are hard times, you know. Last thing you need to lose is like revenue, even if you are dealing meth.
Times are tough for all of us at the minute.
Fair.
Bryan Cranston's just sat there giggling his ass off, just like, wasn't me this time.
Yeah, I didn't provoke any of this.
Not my fault. Yeah, that's quite a humdinger, that, isn't it?
Interesting. Get the imagination going on that one, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, that's a real head scratcher.
Not for him. Hey.
No, not for him.
Hey.
Because he's dead.
Got no head.
Well, I mean, he has. It was just in a bucket with his penis.
Well, yeah, with his penis, yeah. Do you reckon she went through the trouble of cutting off his digits as well? So he just had a stub somewhere and then had to try and find 10 digits.
That's being very picky.
That's going to the extreme, isn't it? I imagine it'd just be like, right, I'll chop his arm off.
Going to the extreme after she's had sex with him under the influence of crystal meth, killed him by choking, then cutting him up. To be fair, I feel like taking the digits off isn't out of the world of the possibilities. So
the world of unpossibilities.
I kind of committed to the fuck up there.
You did, didn't you? I could see you were halfway through that sentence. You're like, yeah, it's got away with me, this one, hasn't it?
My mouth was moving too quick, but my brain was just like, shit, what is he saying? So I'm going to try that again. So yeah, I feel like it's not out of the realm of possibility that she just thinks, you know what? Fuck's sake. They are fucking edit that shit.
Wait till you hear episode 3.
I'm gonna be made out to be a right prat now, aren't I?
It's all your words, mate. All your words.
You're doing yourself no favours.
Fuck.
Dan, you look as if you have concerns. What is vexing you?
Oh, I've been worrying about things this week. Not the big stuff. You know, obviously we've had COVID in recent times and all that nastiness going on in the Ukraine. I mean, it's a worry. But the things that have actually been worrying me lately, things like zebra crossings.
That was unexpected.
You know, well, it's a massive commitment.
How'd you go from war in the Ukraine to I'm worried about zebra crossings?
I think I just got whiplash from that transaction.
Yeah, that went 0 to 100 real fucking quick.
Well, I had to use a zebra crossing the other day. I'm not a fan, you know, of having to just commit and just expecting everyone around you to stop.
It is a 50-50 gamble sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah. You're there going, you're going to put my foot out here? Am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? And then you're like, no, I'm not. I much prefer the Pelican crossing, push a button, and, you know, and it says, it gives you your time. Yeah. It's not always guaranteed, but...
That doesn't mean anything. The little green man is not gospel. That he is. I'm going to suggest when you can go, but if there are no cars, you fucking go for it.
Oh, yeah. When there's no cars, the zebra crossing isn't an issue either, is it? There's other things as well that have been concerning me. So one of my big fears in the world is like...
Slugs?
Well, slugs... it's not really a fear. They're just a severe dislike to the point that they make me sick, physically vomit. That's but fair. Like prolapsing your bowels into the toilet.
What?
It's genuinely one of my worries. You should probably be concerned about this as well, Connor. The amount you shit. You know, it's like
a very high fiber diet. I'll have you know.
As someone with a medical condition that affects my bowels, I can relate.
Yeah. So, you know, sitting there and thinking, because you hear about these things happening, and I'm like, what if I'm sat there one day and I prolapse my bowel into the toilet? Just sat there, and it's like, you got to hope you're taking your phone with you. But I think when I first had this thought, it was like pre-mobile phone. I was like, I'll just be there, like throwing bottles of toilet cleaner at the door. Save me! This
thought has been vexing you for like 30 odd years.
Oh, yeah.
You've been on this for a while, haven't you?
Yeah.
This has been stewing, this, hasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What, the thought of the shit?
I mean, obviously, I've pooped between, having this initial thought.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. But it's just, I think it was from the first time I heard about it being a possibility that you can prolapse a bowel. And then I think it clearly went to the worst possible situation that could happen in is while sat on the toilet. The other day I bought some energy saving light bulbs, and they've got an expected life of 15 years on them.
That's not bad for a light bulb.
I'm 45. I'll be 60. This light bulb potentially could outlive me. There's two in a pack as well.
That's what we're basing this on. Dan is 3 light bulbs old.
3 energy-saving light bulbs old.
I'm not even 2 light bulbs old yet.
I'm just over 2.
Over 2 light bulbs. Well, that then brings me on nicely to methods of measurement. And I know you guys saw this the other day about that asteroid that hit the water just off of Iceland. And it was the Daily Mail, so you can't expect too much. But they gave the method of measurement as half a giraffe. Half a fucking giraffe. This is an English as shit, by all means, English newspaper. We don't have that many giraffes kicking about in England. That we should be that familiar with what 50% fucking giraffe looks like.
Yeah, but which 50% was it? Was it like the neck and the head, the body, the arms?
Vertical or horizontal?
Oh, that's it. I mean, are we going through the middle of the nose and it's just as high but not as wide? Are we whipping its legs off? But, yeah. 50% of a fucking giraffe. They're quite leggy as well as necky, aren't they?
Didn't they change it to as like the size of a fridge? Like afterwards?
Yeah, I think that was a different report, that it was the size of a fridge freezer, which, fair enough, that's relatively understandable.
I can look in my kitchen and go, oh, it's about that big. Okay. I'm not going to be thinking, fuck, which half of the giraffe was it?
You will do next time you go to a safari park, though, won't you? And you see a giraffe and you go, 50%.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, take a picture of it and see, like, all right, okay, so what 50% could it have been? If you do that, and then
when you see those pictures where it's like, oh, how does this animal like wear trousers? Does it have like all 4, or is it just like the back?
Yeah, they're always sold by it being the back.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, you just don't know which part of the giraffe was used to make that measurement.
Yeah.
It's like there's a scene from Family Guy where I can't remember who the lady was, but he's there in a shop with her, and she's asking for like a desk of Cheez-Its or a hammock of cake.
Oh, yeah, like a drum of jam or something like that.
It's like, who comes up with these units of measurement? Someone at NASA just like, oh, it's about the size of a giraffe. So what, a horse?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, that's like half a giraffe, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even size of a horse would have been like, I've got a fair idea of the size of a horse.
Yeah. Size of a baby giraffe, you would have thought, okay, that makes sense. Obviously, you just picture a small giraffe and think, oh, it's about that big. Okay.
Yeah, still, yeah. I've seen giraffes, but it's been a while since I've seen one. I'm not that familiar with.
They haven't changed.
Well, I mean, they've not fucking
evolution
modernised.
hasn't happened to them. Yeah.
Evolution hasn't quite kicked in that fast for giraffes, I think. Unless I just unearthed something there, like giraffes are proven to be the most quick when it comes to evolving.
As I'm sure our listeners can tell, we're not biologists.
We're fucking idiots.
Now that, I think they can tell.
Imagine being the first person that saw a giraffe.
Yeah.
Hell, that'd be nuts, wouldn't it?
You would, yeah, you'd question a lot of things, wouldn't you?
One more Google search. I just found it.
God.
Giraffes discovered.
We're just becoming like a fucking educational podcast now.
So, sometime between 1761 and 1762, the first specimen of giraffe was found off of Cape Good Hope in South Africa. Imagine that! Like some dude getting off a boat and just being like,
Specimen.
that horse, massive neck.
They say that, but here's the thing, right? That is all it's saying that was when they were found. Fucking wasn't. There was people there before that and went, yeah, it's a giraffe. It was just when white people turned up on a boat and went, what the fuck is that thing? Why is your horse broken? Horse, there's something wrong with its head and something wrong with its legs. What is up with that?
Like it's been put on one of them ancient torture machines. You know, it's like crank the wheel and just stretches it. Yeah.
Oh, just imagine. So, you know, like they think that's a horse. Could you imagine think, right, we could use this? They bring that shit back. They think, right, let's upgrade the horse for this taller one. Imagine that, the Grand National now, just like racing giraffes. You know, you see like on in the Olympics when people like kind of put their head forward to get over the line a bit quicker. Imagine that, like a load of horses and a giraffe. Literally, that thing just like bends forward. It's like halfway there.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't need to run, would it? It could just wait a bit, have a cup of tea, and then go dink, off one.
Yeah, but have you seen them run though?
Long stride as well.
Quick.
It's quite scary. I've
Just
seen
another
videos of
example
people being chased away from an area by one, and they're quite scary.
It's because they're fucking massive. Things half the size of that fall out of the sky into the sea, apparently.
And I've got one last thought for you. Where do ladybirds go in the winter? Because I saw a couple of ladybirds the other day. Now spring is starting to sprung.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's having a go, isn't it? It's quite warm. I saw a couple of ladybirds. One of them snuck in my house. I mean, I say snuck, probably flew. He probably didn't, make a conscious effort to not be seen. Just kind of wandered. Well, I thought it was the same one because there was one outside in the garden on one of my chairs, and I saw him, and I was like, "Oh, hello." And then a couple of hours later, I saw one on the inside of my kitchen window, and I was like, "Oh, you came in with me." And I went outside, and the original one was there. I was like, "Ooh, two ladybirds."
I had one in my house the other day. It had a lot of spots on it. So I think it was an old fella.
Yeah.
He's come to the end of his cycle.
Do you get more spots as you get older then? Is that a ladybird thing? I fucking don't know. I have no idea.
Another Google search has just confirmed.
It's confirmed it.
They hibernate. So
What?
some shelter tree bark, others sleep on the leaf litter. Yeah, they sleep. Sleep during winter.
Oh.
Fair play.
Here's my question on ladybirds. Why here in the UK, why do we call them ladybirds? Because they're very clearly not birds.
Instead of ladybugs.
Yeah, exactly. Like America, you've labelled that as a bug because it's a bug. Ladybug. For some reason, we've gone, it's a bird. It's not a bird. Just because it can fly doesn't mean it's a bird.
This is true. Not everything that flies is a bod.
No.
Not a bod. You've seen like black ladybirds?
Yeah, what black body, red spots?
Yeah.
They got yellow spots on them.
Oh yeah, yellow body, black spots, isn't it?
I can't remember. Someone told me they were poisonous.
Yeah.
Well, don't eat them then.
I don't know.
I mean, I've never eaten a normal.
Yeah.
I've never eaten a normal ladybug.
It's not like I've got Bear Grylls and just needed to survive in the wild. And I thought, ooh, ladybug.
Give it a try.
Survive in the wild.
A little bit of protein there.
I think we established we would not survive in the wild.
No, you.
Never stood. Especially if, hordes of the undead are kicking about and we're just like, shit.
Yeah, I think we all decided to just give up, didn't we?
Yeah, like I said, like people's strong will to survive in those situations just don't get it. Just give up. Find a losing battle.
It's blown my mind that ladybirds hibernate.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Under leaves as well. That's a bit.
It's
a bit dodgy, that, isn't it?
That's brave, that.
That is brave. It's dangerous for them, isn't it? Surely.
Could quite easily get swept up and put in one of those green plastic bags.
I imagine they don't just go, hang on, where am I? Random garden, here's a leaf, blanket. That's not how I do it. But
yeah, I'm surprised that they hibernate. Well, I mean, it explains what I was wondering then, doesn't it? Yeah, where they go during the winter. Yeah. I didn't think there was an answer. I thought nobody would know. Like baby pigeons, they must exist, but you never fucking see one.
Never see one.
No, that's not true. I have seen baby pigeons at my old flat. We had a family of pigeons in this big tree opposite our building, and he'd come like land on our balcony, just like tap on the window, just like feed me dickhead. And he got a missus, so we were both very proud of him. And he had little pigeon babies.
Oh. Did he get a mortgage on the nest? You see him like this little lunchbox going off to work to.
No, it was only renting. So.
Oh, right, fair enough. He rented it off some dodgy squirrel, charging him too much rent.
Do yourself a favour and just Google pigeon nest and look at some of the atrocities that pigeons make for their nest and what they class as a nest for their eggs.
I just remember I can't spell pigeon.
It doesn't have a D in it, if that's what you're thinking.
It did.
Wow. Literally, there's one, he's put it on someone's front doormat, and he's got like, I can count the amount of sticks he's used for that.
Right?
Bit fucking half-arsed, aren't they?
Not half-arsed, he doesn't even have a neck.
The fuck? You lazy shit. Not even a proper bod then, are you? Can't make
explains a lot, really, doesn't it? About,
to be fair,
pigeons' mental state.
Yeah. To be fair, most pigeons are so.
Sweeping generalisation on the tree of pigeons.
100%. I'm just going to throw that out there now. Pigeons are pricks.
Fair.
It's getting to that stage of the year now as well, where they're sort of like up and about by the time we get home, and they don't move very fast when they're in the middle of the road. They're kind of still a bit docile.
I nearly hit a pigeon whilst it's in flight with my car, like catching up to it, and it nearly like went arse end into my windscreen. But luckily, thanks to aerodynamics, it kind of just went over the top. You're not worried about pigeons, are you, Dan?
Not really, no.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not asked about pigeons. They can fuck off in general.
No,
a lot of things that can fuck off. Especially now I've seen how shit their nests are. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Fuck the pigeons.
Yeah.
And fuck pandas, fuck George Lucas, and fuck the pigeons. Cool.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Not fuck George Lucas. Fuck Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
My bad.
George Lucas still owes me an apology, though.
Good luck. It owes everyone an apology.
True.
For creating Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. We ain't getting one.
Right, Connor. We've had zombies. We've had meeting times where I get to spend 24 hours with my other wife, otherwise known as Lucy Lawless.
I wonder where you were going with that. Just my other wife. I'm like...
My other wife? Yes,
like,
Lucy Lawless.
Like you and me, Tom.
I spend enough time with you two.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I spend more time with you two than I do with my own wife. Let alone my other wife. Connor, the previous weeks we've had a zombie apocalypse. We've had 24 hours with a celebrity of our choice, and we've had being a fictional character. What on earth are you going to throw at us this week?
Well, a little bit of backstory for this one. So me and Neve, we watched The Adam Project on Netflix on the weekend. For those of you who might not have seen it, Ryan Reynolds travels back in time and bumps into his 12-year-old self.
Are these spoilers?
No, this is all said in the trailer. But no, it was a very good film. I enjoyed it. Neve reckons it was a bit of a typecast because she didn't see past him being Deadpool. But you know what? If it ain't broke, he's a good actor, though, Ryan Reynolds, to be fair.
Yeah, he's okay.
Is he as good as Cavill, though? No. Sorry, Ryan.
Cavill's got more range.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And
anyway,
it's
before we
fitter.
go on Henry Cavill tangent again, because Jesus Christ. Yeah, obviously watch the film, and they're talking about like time travel and stuff, which is the main like point of the film. It kind of got me thinking, and that brings me on to my question for the week. If you could go back in time to any given moment, literally anything that's happened before now, where would you go? But there are some rules. So you can only travel back. You can't go forward. But when you go back, done seeing whatever you've seen, done whatever you want to do, you can go back to like the present. You can't interfere. You can't talk to anyone. You know, the butterfly effect. Anything you change in the past could alter the future. No, like putting forward like stocks or anything. So you're not pulling a Biff from Back to the Future. You can only go back, observe, and then return. So what would you guys do?
Ooh, for me, I'm going back to. Can I have a weekend?
Yeah, as long as we follow the rules and don't change anything.
No. August 15th to the 18th, 1969, Bethnal, New York. I can see you guys just drawing a blank. So, it's the Woodstock Festival. 1969, Woodstock.
I didn't know that was in New York.
Yeah, well, it's I mean, it's on a farm just outside New York, so you know it's not like in the city centre. I don't think.
Yeah, they're not going to do that in Times Square, are they?
I think Bethnal is like it's probably like a village. You know, like how Glastonbury is not in Glastonbury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
I think it's the same sort of thing, really. So yeah, Woodstock Festival for me.
That's good.
So many bands there that I'd love to see, like proper in their day as well.
Like who? Who we got there?
We got Santana, the Grateful Dead, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Janis Joplin, The Who, Jefferson Airplane, Joe Cocker, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Don't forget him. And of course, the headline, Jimi Hendrix.
Oof.
Jimi Hendrix, man. And a load of other bands on there as well that I'm probably not as aware of as I should be. But, man, what an absolutely storming festival that would have been. Even with all the problems, etc., just going from a purely just go and get to see these bands live, you know, in the day as well, in the absolute heyday. You know, for me, that's my go-to time travel moment.
Nice, good. That's a good one.
Moment. No, that'd be amazing. Could you imagine? Because I think whenever you think of like that particular Woodstock, you always go to Hendrix, don't you?
Well,
always.
Yeah. It's an absolute classic performance.
Yeah. No, that'd be sick. That would be really good. Shame you won't be allowed to partake in any little narcotics. You can bring your own, so it's fine.
Oh, cool.
That's shit like that. Just can't
take a little satchel with you in your time machine.
Just my little time sack.
Your little sack.
When you're going back, 1969.
Wait.
What about you, Tom? When would you go?
Well, seeing as we can't interfere and pretty much can only observe, a festival would be my choice as well. Like either going to Live Aid.
Oh, nice.
That was, back in the old Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
Seeing that, witnessing that, being in the crowd for that, because I reckon that would have been just incredible.
100%.
Or my other one would be to see the final of England v West Germany in 1966 when England won the World Cup.
The classic.
Yeah.
I did consider that, to be fair. because that's just like, you'd love to see that, wouldn't you? Like the actual like live, like holy shit.
Oh yeah, knowing it was going to happen as well. Would it take the fun out of it, knowing it was going to happen?
That's what I mean. Yeah, like because you already know. It's like you're sitting there going, "Well, I'm not going to get too worked up because I already know." But obviously, I think it was just the excitement of seeing it is a big difference.
You'd probably buzz off the other people, but there would be
great atmosphere for that.
You would miss out on the sort of the personal tension that you feel inside when something, you know, the unknown outcome of something really big, like a World Cup final or something.
Yeah.
You'd miss out on that, but that would only be a personal feeling inside, I reckon.
Yeah.
But the overall, you know, being around all the people, buzzing off of them, you know, because obviously to them it would be new.
Oh yeah, yeah, true.
Absolutely.
That'd be a hell of a party as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No one's smashing up smashing up London.
Yeah, they were the first two that kind of jumped out at me off the bat. Really, I'm sure if I had a bit more time to think about it, I could probably think of a few more other situations.
Yeah, if only you had more time.
He made it funny.
I did. That makes a change. That rarely happens. I kind of had two as well. One of them was, you know, just go back and just see. I don't know why this randomly came into my head when I thought of time travel, but it's just like, just be there in Hitler's bunker and just be like, what's going on? Again, knowing full well saying that, knowing how it happens, just like being there. Because there was always like a shroud of mystery between like what actually kicked off in there, didn't they? But then I went to my actual choice.
I was going to say, are you trying to save him or something? Are you going to smuggle him out the back door? Is there something you're trying to break to us, mate?
Is it like a conspiracy theory that they never actually found his body?
That's what I mean. Yeah, I want to see like what happened. Where'd he go?
Argentina.
Did he actually die?
Argentina,
That's what I mean. It's just like this. There was so many what ifs around it, but no, I wouldn't save him. Not allowed. It's in the rules.
True that. Can't interfere.
Fair play. You did say.
Also,
not that you wouldn't do it morally, but it's in the rules.
Yeah. Just if you did take that pill.
Sorry, dude. Can't save you. But also, you're out.
Fair play.
No, but I would go back very, 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 very long time ago, and I just want to spend a day like watching dinosaurs, like actual dinosaurs,
and then get stepped on by a Stegosaurus.
You'd have to pick which era you like, though, because the dinosaurs ruled for a hell of a long time. Like massive amount. Yeah. Very, very long time. And there was different dinosaurs at different times. Like, you know, because obviously some went extinct and some came back.
Yeah.
Not come back. Grew.
grew. Evolved.
That's the word, evolved.
They grew big, they did.
Yeah, I don't know the specific like name of the era that they're in, but it'd just be like, you know, like the main ones like Tyrannosaurus, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, all that one. I just want to go there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So just because, like, you know, when I feel like when everyone watched Jurassic Park for the first time, and obviously the iconic scene of like the glass shaking in the car, and then the T-Rex comes out there, and you just hear that iconic roar. I'm just like, wow, this looks amazing. What? Because people, they kind of just like, when we think this is how it'd sound, because there's no proof. But imagine if you go back in time and you just see this giant creature just like dominating the earth, and then when it roars, it's just like,
maybe it yodels. Maybe it's there going yodel.
Could you imagine?
That's what I mean. Like, no one really knows. So it'd be cool just to go there and be like, plus dinosaurs are fucking cool.
They are, but I have seen Jurassic Park, and even pre-Jurassic Park, when all the dinosaurs in films were made of clay and looked really shit.
Yeah.
I still was thinking, I'm quite glad they're all dead. Not in a genocidal kind of way. You know?
No, just in the form of like
don't want to get eaten kind of way.
Yeah,
true. Which did. I actually saw something. I can't remember if it was like earlier on today or yesterday, something like that. They actually found DNA or genetics from the dodo that they think they could use to like try and revive.
Yeah.
I didn't really fully into the article, but I was like, why? Didn't they just die out because they were just fucking like bigger pigeons? Just fucking stupid.
I mean, I've seen
I think they were getting eaten. I think they were.
Know why?
I'm not sure if this is an apocryphal tale or this is what happened, but I'm sure that they were too friendly and they just kept getting eaten.
I was under the impression they were just fucking stupid.
I was, yeah, as well.
I mean, that would come into it, wouldn't it? You know, if
I'd like to see them. I'd like to go back in time and watch them put the final brick on the pyramids, or to see like Cleopatra in real life. See what she was all about. Cleopatra is actually closer to our timeline than she was when the pyramids were built.
Yeah,
I think I've heard this as well.
Heard about
that sounds right.
Mental. Cleopatra is closer to fucking TikTok than she is a fucking wonder of the world. Mind blown.
Well,
also, as well, we all know of Julius Caesar, the
Roman geezer.
Yeah. Him and Cleopatra had a thing.
That I knew, yeah.
They existed in the same era.
Yeah, they were in the same multiverse, weren't they?
Yeah. Which, again, is fucking mental.
It is pretty crazy. And at the time they were building the pyramids, we were building Stonehenge.
Serious?
That'd be another good one, just to figure out what the fuck Stonehenge is about.
Yeah, because we were a bit backward then.
We're like, we like what those Egyptians are doing. We'll try it ourselves.
We're just going to make a big ring.
They watched it on like DIY SOS. Right, we can have a stab at that. It's not quite how I remember it.
What the fuck is Stonehenge for anyway? Besides just having like a load of weirdos coming up.
Yeah, it's just meant to be something like a really like spiritual ground. I've never seen it. I've never been there. I want to go and see it, but I know.
Now, according to Transformers 5, like the 5th Transformers film, it sounds so fucking weird. Stonehenge is like the central point for where, like, this massive planet-sized transformer just like was central, but then Pangea and all these massive spikes just like rock up out of nowhere. Stonehenge was like the central point.
I think that
according to Michael Bay.
Less likely. It's a less likely theory than all of the ones about, because like it lines up with the equinoxes and what have you, doesn't it? So,
yeah.
So it's
the Transformers one sounds cooler. I know what I'd rather believe.
Yeah.
Is it for a load of druids to come over for a spiritual journey, or is it because there's a massive fuck-off robot living in the earth?
I'm good with the druids, you know, because big fuck-off robot living in the earth that's that old, shit's going to go sideways at some point. I mean, it's already going sideways, but we don't need some big fuck-off robot sticking his oar in. And as I said last week, if we keep calling them robots, we'll be called out. When they become sentient, we'll be called out for being racists.
We have just deduced that, well, thankfully time travel isn't a thing, because imagine we'll probably do some fucking really stupid things, but if you guys have any suggestions, like, let us know. The cruder, the ruder, the funnier you've got, we want to hear it. We'd love to hear your guys' feedback. So please hit us up on the socials. Tom, how can they find us? How can the good people find where we are?
We are at Pure Our Souls on all the good social media sites, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And you can also email us at pureoursouls@gmail.com and send us anything you want, really.
Well, let's not anything.
You can send all the dick pics to Connor personally.
I fucking knew you were going to go there. I fucking knew you were going to go there.
And
we'll put his email address
hoping
in the link when this episode comes out.
I will accept Cavill only dick pics. That is all I'll accept.
What about
straight in the bin?
What about like dicks that are cosplaying as Henry Cavill? So, like, you know, they've got like a little blonde wig on and a little Witcher suit, or one's got like a little cape, being Superman.
I will
people
make
dressing their dick up and sending them a picture. You accept that?
That's interesting. I would. Yeah.
I'll think about it.
If anyone does that, we will create a Reddit and we'll share them on Reddit. It'll get us banned from everything else.
Send us podcast content at Pure Our Souls. Send dick cosplay pics to Connor.
I swear to God, I get a single glimpse of Shaft.
What, you mean the 1970s detective?
I'll be send me pictures of Shaft. Oh, what's the actor's name? Either Samuel L. Jackson or the original one. I'm not bothered. But I don't want dick pics. I will reiterate this. Send me pictures of Richard Roundtree or Samuel L. Jackson. That's fine. Or Cavill's actual junk. End of discussion. Bye-bye. See you later. Bunch of pricks, honestly. Like, I get this all the time at work, people. Now it's worse because we're out of hours and I'm still being bullied at 28 years old.
You're not being paid for it.
No. Yeah, so it's even worse.
It makes it so much worse. Like, I'm doing this on my own accord and I'm still suffering for it.
If anything, you're paying for the privilege.
Fucking bullshit.
That's me and Dan bullying Connor.
Absolute bullshit. Right, well, I think let's end it there before I go to bed in tears.
Thank you for listening again. As the guys said, please do drop us any bits of information, any stories, pictures, anything you want us to show or talk about. All that's left to say is thank you very much and fuck off.
Hey. Thank you.
Go on.
Piss it off.
On your bike, sunshine.
Do
one.
one.
Do one. Away
Fuck
with it
off.
now. Go on.
Quit.